So what Congress could do here is Congress could essentially now pass a law that says if somebody's in this country illegally, in other words, they don't have domicile, their children are either A, citizens, or B, not citizens. Congress could do that. I think the 14th Amendment gives them the ability to do that. And it'll be challenged in court. But I think based on what the justices were alluding to today, they would like to see Congress step in here and kind of answer some of these questions. I think Congress could absolutely 100% pass a law that says you can't come to this country strictly for the purposes of having a child, for that child to become a citizen. And they could easily do that by saying, this is what we mean by domicile. And they could codify that under federal law. That will also be challenged in court, but that's okay. I think Congress under the 14th Amendment has the power to regulate aspects of this, and I think that they should. Well, I can't predict how the Supreme Court's going to rule, but I can tell you based on the arguments today, they are very sensitive to overturning the precedent from that case involving that Chinese man who was ruled a citizen, Kim Wong-ark. They're very, very nervous about overturning that precedent because it's been on the books for 125 years. However, they are cognizant that the original text of the 14th Amendment, really the president's executive order, is very much in line with what the intent of the framers of that amendment meant when they passed it. So I hope that you got something out of that today. We shall see how the court rules. One lesson I always remember is never make a prediction based on oral arguments, because sometimes those predictions are wrong. But if I were to make a prediction, I would predict a ruling that is narrow in scope, but upholds parts of the president's executive order, but ultimately says to Congress, you got to sort this out because there is this precedent on the books that we are not prepared to overturn. We shall see.